John Podesta, blood-sucking, hair-eating, devil-worshipping cult set Twitter ablaze with his satanic imagery. WikiLeaks Podesta email ID 15893. I'm not going to look up other instances. There's probably recopies of it. Here we go. Request. Respectfully given, with a little threatening language in it. Since WAPTech, you know everything. Did they have lovely spirit cooking at the dinner party where Podesta put those children in a hot tub because he's a pervert and blah, blah, blah. This is implied from the other video. I'm just reading into it to make it more entertaining. Can you explain all the pictures in John Podesta's house? No one could ever do that. He's a haughty, I'm collecting art because I'm interesting. Or was it really John Podesta? Are you getting your Podesta filing, you Podesta files out there, are you getting your Podestas correct? Just checking. You don't cite any sources ever. And if you do, the site changes its source and its content. Well, we had these knocked down, so we'll put up some more. We'll just keep gish galloping. It's panicky, panicky. And next, all the pictures at James Elefante's Twitter account. Yeah, I did actually did that. Someone said they got them from there and didn't bother archiving it when it would contain right-click the Twitter account, paste to archive.is. Anybody who doesn't do that isn't trying to prove that they're really telling you the truth. And then, of course, do you do, basically, I'll leave the what it said below, but do you do bad things to little girls? Only when they're 40 and really hot. And only if they pay me, because I get paid to do the wild thing. So anyway, no, I don't do anything to little children. And this is a not-so-veiled threat to say that someone's going to put up a bunch of hit pieces in YouTube accounts accusing me of being a pervert. Like that hasn't happened already. Let me tell you, here's a little news, sunshine. When you do that, the videos get about 300 views and then stop. Nobody bothers me about them until they tell me, hey, somebody's talking crap about you and I don't like it. And I tell them, just ignore them. If you want to create a YouTube account that's nothing but talking smack about someone, that's great. Someone will find it, especially if they pay several $1,000s to get it to the top ranking, like a certain vampire in Australia did. GeoCities vampires, they're always so typical. Anyway, let's look into this. An email allegedly sent from Podesta's brother Tony, which mentions spirit cooking, and people flip their crap on it because the words mean something. A video showed a performance by artist Marina Abramovich. I'm not going to use her name anymore. The artist, who created an art project in 1996 called Spirit Cooking. This performance she staged at a number of museums, which would have rules and health laws involved around the world in the 1990s. Painting graffiti on walls, pieces of paper, whatever, with pig's blood. People don't get metaphor very much, do they? But okay, maybe, here we go. She also made a limited edition book which contains various absurdist recipes. So this cookbook, which does reference all sorts of things that are objectionable, like semen and breast milk, also includes lines like, add a little touch of hope and a little envelope filled with all your wishes, and a jewel that's been rinsed twice. This is not what I would refer to as a cookbook to invoke the demons. And those of you out there reading a lot of perversion into this, I'll be getting to you in a minute. The artist, formerly known as, whatever, told Art News that her home cooking events don't actually feature these items at all. They were just normal menus. There was no blood or anything else. We just call things funny names, that's all. And she called these events spirit cooking because Marina Abramovich is an obnoxious moron. If you're watching and if you care, if any of you ever want to be an artist and do anything challenging or hard to understand on purpose, like Michael Jackson getting up on top of a car and beating the crap out of it for some blasted reason in the middle of a song. You have to put up with not being understood completely, and if you deliberately go out of your way to make something shocking so you can get in the news, you will get in the news for the wrong reasons, and it will happen years later. If I hacked into a library in Portland, Oregon to see if I could tunnel into the rest of the networks, which I did, and I tried to run for president, that's going to come back to haunt me because someone is going to oversimplify it and say, he tried to hack the Library of Congress, or some other variation when I didn't. Okay, people are going to lie about you. But if you're going to name your events years later, spirit cooking, literally years later, I mean, my God, years later, don't get upset when someone looks up spirit cooking and sees that that it had these words in it. And don't be upset when people say, well, this is an outrageous accusation. No, it's not. You're deliberately invoking the imagery. The rest, most of the book had none of this kind of stuff in it. And as for the pig's blood, I mean, seriously. Really? You guys are special. So here we go. June 28th, 2015, the email ID I've already done. Abramovich sent John Podesta's brother, Tony, an email stating that she was looking forward to the spirit cooking dinner and asking if John was going to join them. And all you had to do was omit the two words spirit cooking for the rest of your life in your vocabulary and stop trying to get in the news when nobody cares about you. Good job. Special. Anyway, asking if John was going to join them, and Tony Podesta forwarded this message because she didn't have his email. So he didn't know John Podesta enough to even have his email address. His brother didn't respond to any emails on the subject. Apparently there was more than one. And Tony's brother, John Podesta, did not attend the event. Now, is it John Podesta or Tony Podesta that's the art hound that collects all the weird crap? And why would somebody who collects weird crap not go to something called spirit cooking involving this? John Podesta didn't go to the event. That's like saying, oh, it's very important that I have that handkerchief, when he actually said, I don't care, you can throw it away, I don't care about it, it's not relevant. This is called making up something, pun intended, from whole cloth, in some ways. He didn't go there. And Hillary Clinton wasn't even involved in the email exchange, so people are just throwing her name in for search engine value. And again, was the artwork on John Podesta or Tony Podesta's house? Who's the one collecting the sculptures? Who's collecting the artwork? It could be either of them, but you have to give an assertion like that with something to back it up. Or you can just have me go look it up for you because you're too damn lazy. James Elefantis' Twitter account was not archived at the time containing any of this information. It may have contained it, but my problem with it, and the whole point of the video I made before about that, was that these cub reporters and these very good investigators didn't assume that someone would just delete something. You really think that's real? Okay, well, where it was posted originally, Reddit, under the Pizzagate thread, or threat, they had tons of archives and everything else, but they wouldn't archive the Twitter account because they didn't want to have a copy of it, because it didn't contain any garbage. They archived part of it. They archived the part and they realized there's nothing in here incriminating, and they stopped when it had like 700 images or something. And as I pointed out, its original name was a different name, and it may not have actually been the person you think it was. Because it may not have been. Because it might not have been. I mean, it could have been. You'd have to find some positive proof that it was belonging to that person. Elefantis. And no, Elefantis is not short for infant. Next. Let's repeat this blood-sucking, hair-eating, devil-worshipper cult. And the people on Twitter that set it ablaze were the people who were obsessed with images of children. It wasn't these guys. It was the pizza files. Let's use a good word today. Who are into satanic imagery and defaming people and saying, oh, I have plausible deniability. I'm not saying they're guilty. I'm just claiming I found evidence of it and then not backing up a copy of it to prove that I didn't lie. The level of proof people require if they're going to jail They want proof, 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 proof. But you guys don't care about, some of these people, the Pizzagate, you don't care about anything really being confirmably provable. I'm the first person to archive some of the things you guys talk about. Why? Because you don't want positive proof anywhere. You want to make an assertion without even mentioning the email ID. Now, I'm not reading back the email for a real specific reason. I forgot to cut and paste it. But the other reason is, if you want to know what the email actually said, that actually contains this damning information, you can put blinders on and refuse to read it. It's right below. It's right there. Read the damn thing and tell me all about it. Or, do what everybody else does and just ignore the damn links below and tell me that you're going to start accusing me of stuff I've never done just to try to run me off because I'm having an effect. Anybody who's a decent speaker or researcher on the subject is going to get attacked. I get death threats on a damn daily basis. I don't care. Whoop-de-doo. You can't reach the net and get to me. In fact, even if you see me during the day, you don't know where I sleep. I make sure of that because I'm camping where I'm not supposed to be, so I'm not visible. So, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that, and nice try.